Let us understand SQL check constraints. We will explore how to validate data effectively at the database level. In this session, we'll explore how to use SQL check constraints to ensure data integrity in your databases. A check constraint is a rule that you apply to a column in a table. This rule dictates what values are acceptable in that column. This helps maintain the accuracy and reliability of your data. A check constraint is a type of integrity constraint that enforces domain integrity by limiting the values that can be placed in a column. It specifies a condition that each row must satisfy when inserted or updated. The purpose of a check constraint is to ensure data validity at the database level. It prevents invalid data from entering the database and provides a centralized way to enforce business rules. In simpler terms, it's like setting a rule for what kind of data is allowed in a particular column. For instance, you might use a check constraint to ensure that all ages entered in a database are above 18. Let's look at the syntax for column-level constraints. To add a check constraint at the column level, you define it directly within the column definition. Here is an example. Create a table named Employees with columns like Employee ID of integer type, first name, and last name of variable character type with a length of 50. Then we have Salary, which is a decimal with a length of 10 and 2 decimal places, and add a check constraint which validates if the salary is greater than 0. Finally, we have Age of integer type with a check constraint to validate if age is greater than or equal to 18 and age is less than 65. Here is the syntax for the table-level constraint. To define a table-level constraint, you specify the constraint outside the column definitions. For example, create a table called Products with product ID of integer type, product name of variable character type with a length of 100, price of decimal type with a length of 10 and 2 decimal places, discount of decimal type with a length of 5 and 2 decimal places. Add a constraint named valid price, and the check is whether price is greater than discount. Let us now look at some common check constraint examples. Let us see how to validate a numeric range. Here is an example to create a table named Products. It has product ID of integer type, product name of variable character type of length 100, price of decimal type with a length of 10 and 2 decimal places, and a constraint named valid price. Here we check if the price is greater than or equal to 0.01 and the price is less than or equal to 10,000.00. Next, let's look at how to validate string patterns. For example, create a table named Employees with Employee ID of integer type, and email of variable character type with a length of 100. Add a constraint named valid email, and check if the email is like some characters followed by @ symbol, followed by some characters, followed by a dot, followed by some characters. Let us now explore advanced check constraint examples. First, let's understand how to validate dates. Here is an example to create a table named Orders with order ID of integer type, order date of date type, delivery date of date type, and add a constraint named valid dates. The check here is to validate if the delivery date is greater than the order date. Next, let's see how to use enumerated values. For example, create a table named Tickets with ticket ID of integer type, and status of variable character type of length 20. Add a constraint named valid status to check if the status is in open, in progress, resolved, or closed. Let's explore how to add check constraints to existing tables. To add a check constraint to an existing table, you can use the alter table statement. Here's an example. Alter table Employees, add constraint valid salary, and check if salary is greater than or equal to 1000.00. When adding a check constraint to an existing table with data, the database will validate all existing rows against the new constraint. The alter statement will fail if any existing data violates the constraint. Here's how to remove and disable check constraints. To drop a check constraint, use the alter table statement with the drop constraint clause. For example, alter table Employees, drop constraint valid salary. Be cautious when dropping constraints as it may allow invalid data to be inserted. To disable a check constraint in SQL Server, use the NoCheck constraint option. For example, alter table employees, not check constraint valid salary. You can re-enable it with the alter table employees, check constraint valid salary statement. Let's understand error handling with check constraints. Here is an example of attempting to insert invalid data. Insert into employees table employee ID, first name, last name, salary, and age values as 101 John Doe -5025. Resulting error: check constraint valid salary violated. The statement has been terminated. When a check constraint is violated, the database rejects the operation, returns a specific error message, and no data changes are committed. Let us explore the best practices. First, let's use naming conventions. Use descriptive, meaningful names. Follow a consistent naming pattern, for example, CHK_table name_column name. Next, keep it simple. Limit complexity of check expressions. Each constraint should check one rule. Multiple simple checks are better than one complex check. Then consider performance. Avoid complex functions and constraints. Consider the impact on insert or update operations, and use simple comparisons when possible. Finally, documentation. Document the purpose of each constraint, include comments in data definition language scripts, and maintain constraint inventory for complex databases. Key takeaways from this session. Check constraints enforce data validity at the database level. They can be created at the column level or table level. They are useful for enforcing business rules consistently. Check constraints can be added, removed, or modified on existing tables. And finally, simple constraints are better than complex ones for performance and maintainability. Using check constraints properly ensures data integrity in your database. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.